What up, Kev? What up, Lupin? Joe's ham sandwich. What up? Hello, everybody on Spaces. I think they changed how it started. Um, Somebody in YouTube called him an overseer. But yeah, I'm here. Um, Glad to be back. Some of you know it was my oldest daughter's weekend birthday this weekend. Well, Thursday. Yeah. So we went to New York this weekend. Went to what was that Great American Doll thing? Bought her some expensive ass doll. Um, Hung out Times Square. Had some fun. I'm sure I'm sort of I got to see the signs of you got to have your punch card to eat here, things of that nature. It was a we did. I mean, was able to find a place to eat. We ate outside this one place, so it's still warm enough to eat outside. So we ate outside. It was no big deal. Um, I will say I'm kind of shocked at all the weed selling and smoking in downtown. I thought that was kind of bizarre, but I guess New York changed their laws. It is what it is. What up, Fred? What up, Fudge Mail? Is the sound bad? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Test 1 2 1 2. Chat. Give me a one if you can hear me online. Give me a one if you can hear me on YouTube. Can I get a one? My email is unclehotep@gmail.com. Mateo wants me to say the whipping story. What whipping story? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, you guys can hear me. Anyway, but yeah, I was shocked, man. I'm like, everywhere we went, you're like I guess they had these vans, and they were just passing out weed, selling weed, and then get like downtown. They was just like, yo, you want? I got Lucy, and all that. They got the new packs of weed and stuff like that, and the new packs, and they were selling them. I'm like, damn, it's easier to get some weed than get something to eat. I found that bizarre. But anyway, daughter enjoyed the weekend, so did a lot of walking. She enjoyed herself. Call-ins, yes. All right, Fudge. Hold on, Fudge. Let me start my Skype so people can call in. I guess people, you want to call in, you call the Skype number if you want to talk on Spaces. Raise your hand, request to speak, and I'll get you in. Um, the Skype line is open. Fudge Mail, if you want to call in, be my guest. I got to talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm sick of this nigga, man. Is anybody else sick of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Because I am. Dead ass, I'm sick of this guy. Right? Shiva says weed is why these shines ain't rocking a boat. So I guess they need the weed to calm the shine down. So I guess that's why. Keep these shines out of creating a ruckus. Anyway, there was a story in Rolling Stone. Now, I don't have the login I do have up on the screen Kareem's part of this story from Rolling Stone. Now I'm reading it. The NBA should insist that all players and staff are vaccinated or remove them from the team. NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tells Rolling Stone. There is no room for players who are willing to risk the health and lives of their teammates, the staff, and their fans simply because they are unable to grasp the seriousness of the situation due to the necessary research. There goes that word, research. What I find especially disingenuous about the vaccine deniers, here we go, is their arrogance at disbelieving immunology and other medical experts. Yet, if their child was sick or they themselves needed emergency medical treatment, how quickly would they do exactly what these experts told them to do? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why I'm tired of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, is a couple things. If you remember, this was a couple months ago, there was a story, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he wants to speak out on anti-Semitism. And he was calling out Ice Cube and all the rappers and saying, oh man, it's terrible. Enough's enough. It seems now I go through Twitter and, everybody's talking about Kareem and, Angela Mayfield. Just every white liberal, they're cheering on because this guy came out and said, oh, he's sick of these anti-vaxxers. John Ledzmila, whatever his name is. Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a national treasure. Now all of a sudden Kareem's the greatest thing since sliced bread because he has come out and said, hey, everybody should get their vax. Now, mind you, now WNBA is 99% vax, right? They released that number. NBA, they released, is about 90% vax. So 90% of the players, 90% have the punch. 90%. Now, I was talking to someone, there was this one NBA writer for Orlando Magic, Steve Kyler. He said, well, that's about 45 players that don't have the punch. 45 players out the whole league don't have it. Mind you, 90% is much higher than the national rate of the normies, the general public. If the general public had 90%, these people would be screaming like, hey, we did a good job. Allegedly, the scandemic shit would have been over, right? Now, the thing is, there's been a couple players that are vocal about it. Andrew Wiggins and what's the guy from Orlando Magic? There's a guy from Orlando Magic who says Jonathan Isaac. Now, Jonathan's a real religious guy. He thinks God's going to save him from that. Andrew just said, man, I don't see the point in doing it, right? Andrew, I think, is probably smart. And Kyrie Irving. Now, I'm going to bring up Kyrie Irving because this thing is killing me, man. Now, in the article, they don't quote Kyrie Irving. They didn't speak to him. They spoke to his aunt. I swear to God. They spoke to his aunt. Right? I'm trying to find they don't even know. All right. Here goes this thing. Kyrie, who serves as vice president on the executive committee of the Players Union, recently started following and liking Instagram posts from a conspiracy theorist who claims that secret societies are implanting vaccines in a plot to connect black people to a master computer for a plan of Satan. This Moderna microchip information campaign has spread across multiple NBA locker rooms and group chats, according to several of the dozen-plus current players, Hall of Famers, league execs, arena workers, and virologists interviewed for this story over the past week. So because Kyrie followed a conspiracy theorist on Instagram and liked some posts. I don't know who it is. They don't mention the person's name or the account. They don't even know if Kyrie has taken the punch. This is the journalism that is happening today. Haven't talked to Kyrie. They talked to his aunt. I'm trying to find I should have saved. I'm sorry. I should have a stage where it says to talk about his aunt. Kyrie aunt. Let me just search that real quick. Sorry. Now, this is what his aunt had to say, allegedly. He's going to try to figure out as it comes because it's not religious based, it's moral based, says Irving's aunt Tiki. You may have to sit on the sideline. You may not have to be in the arena during this. If it's freaking that important to get a vaccine, that hell is not preventing. It's still not preventing the COVID, which it is. Then I'd rather them see. I think they put that in there, but it's not preventing. It's supposed to. They moved the goalpost so many times, but they're not even keeping up with their goalpost moves. Allegedly, now this is the latest. It doesn't prevent you from getting it. It's supposed to prevent you from having deathly hospital stays, right? That's the latest, right? Okay. So Rolling Stone is wrong here. Then I'd rather them working it out that way than to say, hey, if you don't get the punch, then you can't be a part of the franchise that you fucking helped build. This is from his aunt. Once again, they haven't talked to Kyrie Irving for this story. Now, Kareem has come out, and said, my problem with Kareem. Kareem wanted to be an NBA coach for a long time. I think he had some, assistant coaching things. They never had let his black ass be coach, right? Then all of a sudden, he started getting these Hollywood gigs, right? Now, I should have noticed. The light should have went on my head when he started peeling in Hollywood. Now, he was in Airplane, so he was always, in some Hollywood movies. He was in a Bruce Lee flick. Should have known him being in Hollywood, right? He has become, like somebody in the chat said, the overseer. The Negro overseer. Like, when they want to correct something in the sports realm, they go to Kareem. Hey, Kareem, what do you got to say? What do you got to say, Kareem? And here he comes with his bullshit. Mind you, this is he's Muslim. He also sells wine. I'm not making this up, man. Hold on. I'm gonna go on this other. Somebody sent me a thing that don't trust him because he's Muslim and he sells wine. So I know that some might not consider that haram and stuff like that, but come on, man. Like, how many of y'all know that drink liquor? That's supposed to be like number one on your list, not the things to do. Hold on, let me bring in this guy. Real one has requested to speak. Hello, you there? Oh, I think he dropped out, man. I'm gonna send him an invite. Big Poppy, the Hotep division of the black delegation, is offering luau center for trades. Any takers? I don't think anybody wants it, man. Again, if anybody wants to talk on Spaces, Chad, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I was gonna call him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I mean, I just like, man, I feel like disrespecting him. But it's just crazy that he's. I'm not gonna take anything away from him being an NBA player, right? You know, he had a long career. Probably some could make an argument he's probably one of the greatest NBA players of all time. He should be. A lot of people put Jordan up there, but it's like, he gets overlooked and stuff like that. I'm not going to take anything away from that. But I have a problem anytime they want to critique current NBA players, they run to him. And he is so happy to do that. You know what I'm saying? And he's so happy. And another thing, like I tried to find him standing up for the Palestinian people. And you're not going to find anything. You will, however, find him standing up for the redacted. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we should know. Like, this guy's a joke, man. What is this? I just had his Twitter up, man. Hold on. Bear with me. Anybody wants to call on the Skype, you can call in. Anybody wants to speak on Spaces, be my guest. But I had enough of this guy. If he wants to talk and say, hey, hey, I don't think you guys should be doing that, then he can just do that silently. You know what I mean? Like here he goes, man.
Hi.
I'm just gonna play this for y'all, man. This is last week, on a holiday.
Hi, I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I wanted to send you a message to celebrate young people.
What's up, Big Poppy?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Hopefully I got better service today.
Yeah. I think you sound good, man.
Alright, no problem. Nah, I'm just calling, listening to them right now. I saw you came up to New York. How was it?
It was cool. It was the weather was nice. We stayed, downtown, uptown, midtown. I don't know how y'all I guess y'all name it different areas. I don't know. But we stayed like a block away from, the garden or so, like 2 blocks away from the garden. I think 8th Ave, I guess.
Was it like Chelsea or somewhere?
No, it was. I guess they renamed it. It's called the DoubleTree now, but I forget. It's like recently renamed or something like that. Like 525.
Like where?
525 8th Ave. I think it was the location.
Oh, I don't know about the address. You gotta say about the street.
Yeah, it was on 8th Ave, but it was nice. I don't know. We just did tourist things. This is my daughter's first time up there, so we just did the normie shit. Like we only ate out once. So it wasn't too bad. But it had a place. There was a place that had outside dining, so we was cool there. But it was cool. I mean, I did notice didn't seem to be as many people in the restaurants and stuff like that. When I looked in there, it wasn't like packed or anything like that. But it was cool, man. It was all right. She enjoyed herself. Well, I think bottom line, she enjoyed herself. So she said it was one of her best. It was her best birthday gift ever. So she enjoyed it.
That's what really matters, man. That's great.
Yeah.
So when you went past by some of these restaurants as you were walking around, there were more people outside than inside?
I did notice that. Like, it seemed to me everybody was waiting for the outside table. Like, when we went and got the reservation, I seen people start lining up. Like, I seen a couple people say, "Oh, we got our punch cards," and they were waiting to go inside. But most of the people seemed to be waiting for the outside tables.
I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, the weather's nice.
Yeah.
Like, the route I do in Brooklyn, I have seen more people eat. I've seen more people outside than inside. I mean, granted, the weather's nice, but it might be a sign of things to come that if you can't eat inside because you ain't because gassed up, you might be business is gonna get hurt. These restaurants are gonna get hurt.
Yeah, I mean that was the only thing I really noticed, But when did they start selling weed like that out there, man? I haven't been to New York in a couple. It's been a couple years, right? But then it was like every block, man. It was like they were selling weed and the gas was in the air. I was just sniffing, like trying to get a contact high, man. It was a marked difference, I don't know. I guess I was there before the law changed, but is it really like that? Like, I guess it's just downtown, but go ahead.
I mean, it's actually everywhere, man. I've noticed it more. Like when I first started driving the buses, there wasn't that much, but like at least I get at least one trip. I get at least someone's loud when they get on my bus. At least one person trip. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I mean it's really crazy. I don't know. It's just like It just seems like people offering me like, oh, you want Lucy and stuff like that. I'm like, God damn, man. I was just like, I mean, I'm not complaining. I guess they keep these jokers calm down, but I just thought that was I don't know. It seemed a little bit much to me, but I guess it's just new. I guess I don't know.
Nah, it's been like that. If you go if you come to ever go to Jamaica Queens, like right at the last stop of one of the train lines.
Yeah.
They right outside the train station. Sour. The whole time. The route I do right now, I wanted to say that I passed right in front of the Barclays Center, and right on the Barclays Center has a big TV marquee sign on the front. They're advertising, their games, and like, they're offering the Japanese employees a grand prize of $25,000. A grand prize of $25,000, and I don't even think you can make that much as an employee that works in an arena that's like, I mean, you don't even have events year round. It's just like maybe for 6 months for just basketball, but they have this event here and there. But like $25K for Japanese employees and other prizes, like I saw a JetBlue voucher, Apple Watch, cash prizes too.
Oh, for real? If you just get the punch? If you get the punch and you work at the Barclays?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. That's wild, man. I don't know, man. That's kind of wild, man. That's wild. Do you follow the best? You follow the Nets, or are you a Knicks fan?
I'm a Knicks fan.
No.
I saw that headline that the whole team is jacked up.
Yeah, they're all jabbed up, and like nobody. I don't know if they can verify if Kyrie is jabbed up or not, but I guess you have to be jabbed up if you work in the city, right? That's the thing, right?
Well, my job is to jab up or get tested weekly, and they're gonna revamp it. They didn't try to. We was delayed this month, and they didn't try to bring that back. And I'm gonna see if I can try to fight that, not to get tested every week. I mean, it's just saliva, but it's still the annoying fact that why do I need to get tested if I feel good? That's what I'm like upset about.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. But I don't know. I had a good trip to New York. It was cool. Did a lot of walking, got a lot of exercise. You know what I mean? But it was a nice weekend for that, man. It was very
great,
nice.
Man, you're great. You didn't go to the Feast of San Gennaro down in Soho, man? Did you?
No, what's that?
Like a big festival of food, like it's only like an Italian saint they honor that day. Like, bro, this is the most popular one in the city. I mean, New York City. Like, there's mad food trucks and vendors eating there.
I think we did go to that. There was it seemed like it was a big block thing. Like had all types of vendors and stuff like that. Because we went to. I don't know how close it is, because it was kind of close to Nintendo. I guess there's a Nintendo store. We went to the Nintendo store, and there was another place that was kind of. That's different.
It was in Little Italy.
Oh, okay. It
was by Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, we was down about the Rockefeller. Yeah. Yeah.
Supposed to say Rockefeller.
Yeah, but there was a big I don't know, because I think the last time was New York, it was the same thing. I guess they do it on the weekends. There was a all the street is like closed off, and they had like a whole bunch of people selling food, selling clothes, and stuff like that. But I don't know what the name of it is.
I do know there's one on 48th and 8th, I believe, a restaurant block. I forgot the name of it, but I know it's a restaurant something.
Yeah.
That's probably where you were at. I haven't been to that yet. I would like to try that.
Okay. Yeah, but it was cool, man. But hey, man, I'm gonna get to a couple people on Spaces, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on and on the show, man. I appreciate you, man.
No problem. I also want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I know Jabari Allen did throw a shot at me last Thursday.
Yeah. I seen that, man.
I just want to say that I don't partake in the Haitian beatdowns in the Dominican Republic. I don't condone that. That's what the people that are born from over there. I was born here. My parents are born over there, not born here. So the ones that are born over there partake more in that.
I got you, man. Yeah, I didn't want it. I'm glad that it really don't mean nothing. Yeah, but it was kind of. Yeah, I remember that comment. That was Jabari. That was kind of crazy. But shout out to Jabari. But yeah, it don't mean nothing, Jabari. It don't mean nothing. So it's squashed. It's squashed. The beef is squashed.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, Big Poppy. Take it easy, man.
All right, no problem.
Hotep and Bill. Yeah, we had Dominican and Haitian beef in the show last week, man. I was like, whoa. Let's chill out here. Anyway, Devin. Let me bring Devin on the Spaces. Devin, you can speak. Unmute. What's good? Devin, you there? Devin, I don't think you want to speak, man.
Hello?
Yo, Devin, what's good, man? You there?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
All right, what's good, man? What's good?
Yeah, man. Hey, man. live in New York. I live in New York, but I just got back from VA, Virginia, for a wedding.
Okay.
And while I'm out there, going to places like Waffle House and McDonald's and things like that, and there's no, if you notice, and I don't know, maybe you notice this living in PA, but they're short-staffed like crazy. Like they're having like sign-up lists.
Yeah.
Like just put your name and your number down, and they'll call you for a job.
Yeah.
And there's not enough people doing the work. Like we went to a Church's Chicken, they didn't have French fries. Like it's getting crazy out here, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, none of these people want to work, because if you're going to have them work now they got to go back to a job that's going to make $10 an hour, and what good is that? You better off just, a lot of people just like, well, the hell with it. You're better off sitting at home, and the supply chain, it's really bad now, man, and it's affecting everywhere.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I noticed a little bit, I think some people were still collecting unemployment or something like that. I think maybe that's a reason, but I like around here, there's not enough bus drivers, like, and I heard that in a couple states that, like, there's the town, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, right? And they have to, like, the buses, oh man, I'm going to have to remove your speakers. I'm going to talk. Thanks for calling in. Listen, in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, they need bus drivers because I don't know why they pay. It pays good money. You're getting like $18, $20 an hour, right? You got to have a CDL and all that, but there's not enough bus drivers. Sometimes they call in the parents and say, hey, we don't have enough space on the bus to send your kid home. Bring your ass down here to pick them up from school. Matter of fact, some school districts are paying the parents to, like, hey, if you promise to pick your kid up every day for the year, We'll pay you X amount of dollars. How you not have, like, come on, man. Like, that's easy money. Like, I would think being a bus driver is easy money. You get 18, 20 bucks an hour. Work, I don't know how many, you work in the morning, then you're off for the middle of the day, and then you work in the afternoon. You're off during the summer. Niggas don't want to work, man. I don't know what's going on out here, man. But yeah, that's in places all over across the country. Let me go to Roland. Roland, you live on Uncle Hotep Factor. What's good with you, man? Roland, unmute yourself, bro. You there, Roland? Going once.
Hello.
What up, Roland? You're live on Uncle Hotep
I
Factor.
didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah.
My bad.
What's good, man? What you want to talk about?
You know what I'm saying? Why y'all gotta be so freaking smart and shit? Like, you make it hard to unsee the shit that y'all make me see. I don't like it. I'd rather be asleep. I'd rather be asleep like the rest of these niggas. I'd rather go home, drink some Hennessy, fucking say what's up to my girl, stretch marks because they make my kids, but I still take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to watch Love and Hip Hop and be content with my useless existence. But y'all make it hard. I appreciate it, but I don't.
Right, I feel you.
I hope
man.
y'all get shut down because it's annoying. But you know what's crazy, bro?
What?
I guess I would consider myself like the older youth-ish.
Yeah.
I guess I'm like about to turn 25 this year, but it be killing me because I go through my little journey and whatnot. Started by my mom, who used to make us watch Malcolm X and Martin Luther King as kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You gotta watch this shit. I'm trying to go outside and get bruises and shit. But she would make us watch them, right? But I guess it stuck with me more because I'm the intellectual out of me and my brother. But like, yeah, it just sparked a fire in me as a kid. So then I do my own research. You know what I'm saying? You know, my mom was a single mom, so she has her own business and stuff. So she always working. So I'm just left to my own devices. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't really have time to keep up on anything. And it's just hilarious how you come with the facts, and then they want to revert to like all the shit they put in you as a kid, and they just forgot all of it.
Right.
Like it makes no sense. Like my granddad was a civil rights activist. Like he would not be down for this shit right now, and they all just going along with it. Like my mom went to Howard, she's not dumb.
Okay.
But I'm like, why are you so dumb? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm just walking around. I ain't even expect to get on this shit.
Oh, all right. Let me ask you a real quick question. What do you think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man?
What happened with him?
Well, he's come out and said, everybody in the NBA should have the punch, and they're stupid if they don't have it. But my thing on the show was, like, anytime, they want to correct black people, black athletes especially, they run to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and he gives a statement saying why these Negroes are wrong and they need to get in line. It seemed like he's the new overseer for, the sports community, the black sports community. The old head, he's going to tell these Negroes to get right. Am I making this up, or is this what's actually happening?
They do it all the fucking time. As soon as shit gets a little shaky, they're like, "Oh, what I swear they're like old white niggas in a room playing video games, and they're like, "Oh shit, the game's fucking up. I play this nigga card." And it's like, bro, what? Like they just sitting around playing it, and nobody sees it. It's fucking stupid. And it would all be cured if people would just stop listening to others and actually go do the research themselves. Like it literally doesn't take that long to figure out all these people's connections and all the connections to the companies and it's not hard. And especially when the fucking nigga who invented not the PCR test, not Kerry Mullins, but the dude who created the gene therapy that everybody's calling a vaccine, says nobody should ever take it ever. Why would you fucking take that shit? And you could just look it up real quick. It doesn't take, like, people are just dumb at this point.
Yeah.
They don't have time to look up anything. They just assembly line niggas. And it's sad. Bob always just been like, you know what I'm saying, a watcher. I don't care if this shit burns, nigga. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I got you.
So, I mean,
but
interesting.
Yeah. But hey, man, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. I got a couple other people I got to get on the spaces and stuff like that. But thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Hotep and Bill. That was rolling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just scrolling through. I'm scrolling through Kareem's Twitter, and I don't know if y'all noticed what religion he said thank you to, and what religion he doesn't neglects to mention. Y'all notice that, right? I'm scrolling and scrolling, like, let me see if he talking about Ramadan or something like that. I have y'all seen it? Have y'all seen it? But you know what he does mention here. That's food for thought. That's food for thought. That's food for thought. If y'all don't believe me, the people on Spaces, go to Kareem Abdul's Twitter and scroll down, and you see what religion he'll mention and what religion he doesn't. Hold on, let me get Fudge Mail, then I'm going to go to Spaces. Fudge, what up, man?
What up, man? It's been a long time, buddy. How you doing?
All right, man. It's been a long time, man. What's good with you?
Not too much, man. Surviving out here in the brook. You know how it is out here. No mask, no nothing. All these Amish and Mennonite, man. You gotta love it, man.
Oh, you back out the brook, man?
Oh, yes, I am, man.
Oh, okay.
I've been out here about 3 months so far.
Oh, okay. I was just up that way. We went to Shady Maple, and we went apple picking in Weaver, and then we decided to drive down to Shady Maple to go to the supermarket. Like, I love that supermarket in Shady Maple, man. It's like the best supermarket ever. I can't remember. Like, now I remember why I gained so much weight, because I used to get all the food out there. But what's good with you, man?
Okay. Yeah, man, just surviving, taking care of the little one, doing what we got to do out here, and man, I've been just reading up more on the whole reading birthrights and becoming more and more American every day, man.
Okay.
Yo, I'll tell you what, man, with the current shift of everything going on in this world today, it seems like everybody can have a personality, everybody can do whatever they need to do, but when it comes down to the matter of principles, and if you have your alignment right with whatever principles you stand behind, anything else that happens in this world is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what anyone else does as long as you have your principles, and everyone can have their principles. So it just doesn't align with your principles, then move on. It goes to do something different, and it just seems to be forcing itself upon people, especially with this whole battle for consciousness of the jab and all that stuff. But I really believe the outlook after all this is going to be good, because I just think a lot of people are going to be able to realize, hey, if I want to take it, I'm going to take it. If I don't want to take it, I'm just not going to feed into the system anymore, So
yeah,
that's what I'm believing.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. Can you give me a quick quip on the Amish? Because it seems like when I went through there, man, it didn't seem like they cared anything about no masks, no nothing. Isn't that the way it is up there, man? Tell these people that.
So let me drop a little knowledge real quick. So I was working over at Yoder's, the competition, the Shady right there.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here looking around. I'm like, man, that's a lot of Amish community around here, man. I'm looking at my coworkers. I'm like, did you guys have to wear the mask? And they're the Muslims.
Right.
They go, yeah, we had you for a little while, and I'm sitting here looking around like, man, I don't see anybody trying to keep up with that thing. There's maybe like 2 or 3 people, but that's literally about it, man. So I don't know if you want to call them conservative. I don't know if you just want to call it a matter of religion. I don't know what you want to call it, but they do not seem one bit worried, scared, or at least announcing the matter of deaths going on there, the counts, or the matter of promotion of jabs. I haven't seen any of that whatsoever, at least among that community. And I'll tell you, the brook is right here in the center of that community. I will definitely say that for sure.
Okay. But hey, man, thanks for calling in. I got a couple other people I gotta get to, but man, Hotep and Build, man, and take it easy up there.
You too, man. Hopefully catch up one of these days. Hotep and Build, bro.
All right, man. Yeah, we gotta catch up one of these days, man. I didn't know you were back up there.
Not too far away.
All right.
Yeah, I'm around, boy. All right, buddy. I'll see you around, man.
All right, man. Peace out. Fudge mail, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna close the Skype down. I got a couple people in the spaces I gotta get to, but I'm just astonished. I'm keep scrolling. I'm on March 23/20, and he isn't mentioning anything about his thing. Nothing. He hasn't mentioned anything about it. But anyway, spaces. Let me go to Chad. Chad, you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I don't know. Doing fine. Yeah, it's just it's kind of crazy when you were talking about earlier with like Kyrie. We don't know his status officially, I don't guess, but It seems like with all the stuff they've been talking about, I would be led to believe that we know what the status is.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about that is that as a Cubs fan, I've been watching. Like when the Cubs traded Anthony Rizzo to the Yankees way back, I want to say it was like beginning of the season, like April or May or something like that, when he was still playing for the Cubs, he had announced, because he went through like lymphoma back, 10 or 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he said that he wasn't going to do it. And it was a little bit controversial, but he was such a hero to the Cubs in Chicago and everything that nobody really made much of a fuss about it. They just kind of brushed it aside. And then he gets traded to the Yankees. Well, he's been playing in all their home games. And you know what I mean? So it's just interesting how some of this stuff, it can be an issue if they want to make it an issue.
Right.
And then if they don't want to make it an issue, it just isn't. And they just kind of look the other way on some of that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. And I'd have to go and dig and look, but I would be willing to bet that Anthony Rizzo still has not gotten that shot, because he said he wasn't going to, and he had his medical reasons for it,
right.
With his immune system and everything, because his lymph nodes are all fucked up. So it's not wise to put your body through something like that. And I'm sure he's consulted with his doctors and all that stuff on that. But anyway, it's interesting how they, like you were saying, with going to New York and the different restaurants, and how there are some other things that are very openly promoted and purveyed, but then you can't eat unless you, or at least indoors, you can't eat unless you get that stuff.
That's wild. It was wild as wild as hell to me. I am not even exaggerating. It's easier to buy weed than find a place to eat inside.
And it's probably cheaper than that American Girl doll you bought.
Yeah, man. I went to American Girl. Man, there was like, I was looking at there's some price. Some of them were like $200, and I'm like, God damn. And then like they have all these clothes for them. Then they went downstairs and they had like a history of them. My girl was like, "Yeah, I wanted this when I was a kid. My mom ever got it for me." I'm like, "Oh my god, this! I didn't know that. I didn't like me being a boy. Like I didn't have any. Like I had a sister, but she grew up in North Carolina, so I didn't grow up with them. Grow up with her, I mean. So I never knew anything about dolls and shit like that. And like, I'm like, what is? I'm like, what is it? I never knew what. I was like, what is American Girl doll? I'm like, what is this? And I didn't know there was a big. Evidently there's a big history about behind that and stuff like that.
We went. My wife's brother and his family, his girls and everything live up in Dallas, and we went up there to visit them one time. And my daughter was, I don't know, she was like 6 or something like that, 7. And she had an American Girl doll, and we went to the little thing because we were going to try to get, she wanted like a new outfit or something for the damn doll or whatever. And we go up there, bro, they had like a 6-seat salon where they had people doing the damn doll's hair.
Yeah.
You could take your doll to go get her hair done. It's like, it's a damn doll. Like,
I seen it. It's serious up there, man. It's serious. They had the same thing in New York, man.
Insane.
It's
insane.
crazy.
Never would I ever do anything like that.
Yeah. But hey, let me get to
Y'all
the.
had a good weekend.
Yeah.
Man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, yeah, and I'll let you know tomorrow, but I think I should be able to come on your show, man.
Oh, no doubt. All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Chad, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go to Mike and I'm gonna go to Karsten, and I'm gonna probably get off here real quick tonight. I'm still kind of tired. You know, traveling whoops my ass. I know I'm old, man, but I don't know. Mike.
What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I hear you, man, on that traveling. The jet lag is a serious thing.
Yeah. Oh, we caught the train, but I mean, I was caught the train and I was driving. I had to do a little driving, so I don't know. I don't know. I was tired. I don't know. But hey, go ahead. What's good with you, man?
No, I'll tell you, man, those trains don't take it out of you. People don't give it enough credit, but you sit there staring at the same seat for 12 hours, and you're gonna get jet lag.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, man, I've been watching everything going on, and I think I've got, you know, just an interesting idea to just kind of propose to the group, which is kind of around like, why are we seeing Kareem saying these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And so I work in a C-suite, and I deal with corporate executives a lot. And I kind of, like, I see what goes on behind the scenes that I feel like a lot of people don't really get perspective to, which is that, you know, you see people, like, we all talk a lot of shit about, like, the billionaires and stuff. Rightfully so. I mean, let's be honest. But what we don't understand is that the people who make 7 figures and above look at the people who make 6 figures and below very differently from them.
Right.
And their life is a lot different, right?
Yeah.
So when we see Kareem making these kind of comments and stuff, one of the things that goes through my head is like, how many of Kareem's endorsers would have dropped him if he didn't make this comment? How many business partners that he has selling his products, selling his shoes, his merchandise, whatever, would have dropped his product from their store if he didn't endorse the party line or didn't toe the line that everyone else is towing?
Right.
And, you know, it's not, they're not making these statements because they care about you or me or anyone else who makes 6 figures and below. That's really what it is. When you get to the end of it, they hire people who make 6 figures. They do not think of themselves as being a 6-figure person. Mm-hmm. And so the mentality is completely different. What's good for thee is not good for me.
Right.
That's the kind of mentality that a lot of these people run under. And it's not, I can't even say it's their fault. It's a product of their environment, right? Kareem could believe whatever he wants. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if he's going to lose a 6-figure, 7-figure endorsement because he didn't say the right thing on Twitter, what do you think he's going to do?
Yeah, he's going to come out and spill it.
And then there's even more, you know, complications to all of it. So there's this idea that if you open up a company, right, and you take investor money, you have a fiduciary responsibility to those investors.
Right.
If you don't toe the party line, you don't say the thing that gets you the endorsements, that gets your product on the shelves in the stores, if it's your fault because you didn't say the thing you needed to, the investors can sue you. They can take you to court. They can take your money. They can take your stock, your equity. They can kick you out of the company. We just recently saw a situation where, a CTO, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but if you look it up, it's a big deal. A software developer just recently came out and said that they were pro-life, right? And they didn't believe in abortion and stuff. They believe in everyone's right to do what they needed to, but that overall, the reason they felt the need to tweet was that they didn't feel that there was enough pro-life representation in the IT community, and that they felt that it was good for them to go on the record and say that, hey, I'm in the IT community and I am pro-life. 36 hours later, the investing board demanded that CEO be walked out of the building. He lost everything. He lost all of his stock, all of his equity, everything. So when we look at and we wonder why, like, Kareem and a lot of these big figures are doing what they're doing and saying what they're doing, I can't help but sit, and in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, but they're just towing the party line because they got to do what's best for them. They got to, try and defend their companies. They have fiduciary responsibilities, and they don't want to lose everything they've built over 20 or 30 years. What's bigger, though, is, like, when we go back and we look at, like, why is this happening, right? What is it that's driving all these people to do this? And I understand there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of, there's real fear, it's real about everything that's going on. The world's kind of crazy these last 2 years. But what we're seeing, like, it's a lot of induced pandemics. Whether the pandemic is medical, or whether it's labor shortage, or whether it's lumber shortage, or what we're dealing with right now is we're dealing with a microchip shortage. It doesn't seem to everyone like every 3 months we go through a pandemic or a shortage or a something of some kind to induce the population to make certain movements and to force those who are 7 figures and above to make certain statements. And if they don't make those certain statements, then the veracity of which the general public has started to, I'm sure we've all seen it. Like, the general public's kind of got a little bit crazy, a little vociferous, one might say.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's you're with us or against us. There's no in between. It's black or white, no gray. And they're using this. They're using all these tactics. And the idea is that they can finally pigeonhole us into where they want us. And as far as the labor shortage, I'll give you a prime example why the labor shortage is false. Over the last 18 months, we've actually given everybody in the country a livable wage through unemployment.
Right.
And what has happened as a result? How many mom and pop mask shops have we saw pop up? How many, side businesses have people launched, websites, merchandising, you name it, that have taken off, and now they're busy doing all of that. What held them back from doing that all this time was the fact that they didn't have the capital to start it. But, you put everyone to stay at home, you take away their responsibilities for, like, mortgage and rent and all these bills that were crippling them. You give them more money than they could get from their job, which means they actually get a livable wage. And all of a sudden, we start seeing all the entrepreneurism and the invention that America has always been known for.
Yeah.
So is it that we don't have enough people to take these jobs, or that the jobs aren't a livable wage, which we know they aren't? I mean, let's be honest, $10 an hour, you can't do nothing on $10 an hour. But is that the problem, or is the problem that our population has found entrepreneurial ways to further themselves during this pandemic? And now, as we go, the pandemic is starting to wind down. We're starting to find ourselves in a situation where the people who would have gone back to work because they were forced to, because they didn't have any other option or opportunity, they now do have these other opportunities. They do now have these side hustles that they don't need to go back to work. So the labor pool has shortened, and we've actually seen, evidence of that in the amount of people leaving the workforce. The amount of people leaving the workforce has been larger than ever before. So when you look at all these facts and you start to add them all up, it's kind of like, oh wow, hold up, I see what's going on. Right. You know what I mean?
Hey Mike, hey, I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta keep it moving. But hey, thanks for you gave a little in depth, talk, but I appreciate that, and it made me think about it. You might be right about that. A lot of more people are deciding to hustle for themselves instead of going back to work and stuff like that. So I think that's a good point, but I appreciate it. But hey, y'all, I gotta so thanks, Mike. Hey, Carson, man, I'm sorry, I actually gotta get out of here. Something has come up, so I gotta discuss it. Nothing crazy, but it is what it is in this day and age. So gotta talk about school and stuff like that for my daughter. But thanks everybody came through. Yo, thanks everybody in the chat. Big Poppy, Jabari, we need peace in the streets. We need peace for that. Thanks everybody coming through. Thanks everybody that came through in spaces. Shout out HJ Cure. I see y'all in there. I see you, Chad. Carson, I got you next week. P Dog, I see you. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. And you might hear me tomorrow on Chad's podcast tomorrow. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, and Jeff Curtis has been all over it on Twitter lately. That's what he said, the super chat. So I got to read the super chat. But anyway, 57 minutes tonight. I know it's a little shorter, but I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.